Good afternoon, guys. Carrie Ann here with Odams 180. I just wanted to get on here and go live and talk about the importance of entrepreneurship and all that comes with it. Because I feel like a lot of people will watch people start businesses, and of course it's social media, so we only get to see the good parts. But it's not all good, and I would like to show the hard parts too, because that shit is hard. First off, I want to start off by saying, don't come on here and start bashing me. I mean, actually you can. I'm just not going to reply to it. Don't judge, because it's rough. But I do want to talk about all the things that we have encountered with our first couple events. One, our first catering event went actually really well. Kelly Goulat, thank you so much for considering us. We did her mother's 80th birthday, and it was amazing. Her mother, Joan, is adorable. And outside of like the time that we got there, we wanted to get there very early, but our prep was lacking, and we got there at like, we had enough time to get ready, but we were still kind of getting things ready when we got there, and she was so gracious. We were sore as shit the next day. Our house, because we are starting from the very bottom, and when I say the very bottom, I'm talking about you can't get a business loan unless you have 2 years of being in business. So that's something I'd like to chat about. We live off of like Klarna and Afterpay. So it may look like we have all these new things, but believe me, we are scraping pennies together to have the things that we need for each event that we've done. Excuse me while I make breakfast for my wife and I, because we haven't had some real meals. But anyways, we did take a little bit longer than we wanted to getting Kelly's party ready, but it was a success. We had a few like mishaps with our chocolate fountain. We couldn't get to work right, but we should have totally set that up beforehand, which was a lesson learned. We were very grateful afterwards. We sat down, we talked about all the things that went wrong and how we want to do things better. Other parts. We did a 2-day Fire on the Mountain event. Thank you so much, Miss McKinney, for letting us come out there. It was our very first event. I don't think it was perfect. Also, we got there later than we wanted to. And Danny from Harvest Hut, he owns a game food truck out of Charlottesville. Awesome guy. If you ever get to meet that guy, what a cool guy. He was there. He was the only other vendor there, food vendor there with us. Totally helped us set up for our first time. He had an extra extension cord for us. Gosh, he helped us take our food refrigerators out of the back of the truck. And when I tell you, like, starting from the bottom, we don't have a food truck. We want to have a food truck and be able to do food truck events, because our goal is to be able to travel and serve love and food, because that's what we love. We love love, we love food, and we're fun, and we're good at it, and everything we make is pretty damn good. We haven't really had any complaints on food. It's just the two things that we love the most, and I just really wanted to thank Danny because he was so gracious to help us. We have a trailer and a truck, and we load everything into a trailer to include refrigerators to keep our stuff cold. We had 2 refrigerators that we took from our home and put into, we have like 2 smaller refrigerators that we use for prep. We actually have 4 refrigerators in our house, but we take them from our, because obviously you have to keep those refrigerators cold, and in our trailer we just leave it out at our sister's house, and it is not hooked up to power out there, so we take them out every time for every event. So when a food truck pulls up, they pull up and they have everything ready to go. All they have to do is plug in or start their generator. We have to pull up and pull everything out. Tents, grills, that's how we're starting, at the bottom. And it takes a minute, and exhausting. And we did 2 days, which maybe we should have done. Like, it was a small event. I was very thankful that it was a small event. But we did 2 days in a row, and the first day was, I think it was like from 1 to 7. So we didn't get home until like 8:39. Had to re-prep like all other, all kinds of foods and stuff. And then we had to get up and do breakfast the next morning because they had campers. And Fire on the Mountain, I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a 420 event. Super fun. Everybody was super nice. Totally cool people. I loved it. It was great. But it was a lot of work, and the wind, we live in the Shenandoah Valley, and I'm not super familiar with it, but I'm assuming because we're in a valley, the wind is wailing through here, and it is blowing dirt everywhere. I felt disgusting by the time I got home each day, and you're doing your best to keep, like, we set up, like, with our trailer blocking as much wind as we could, and it just really was like, it was a lot, and we are sore. I am actually cooking breakfast for my wife and I right now with double gloves on because my hands are literally covered in cuts from slicing bread, cleaning. Like, my hands get raw from cleaning because I don't clean with gloves on, because on surfaces that like are granite or like black and you can't see things, I clean with my fingertips touching so I can feel like sticky food. I don't know, it's just a thing for me. Everything else I want gloves on for, but when I'm cleaning, unless it's like something completely disgusting that I'm not gonna touch, I like to use my bare hands, but they are ate up from bleach. So I have to put the gloves on. But I do like, it is hard to start from the bottom. And I just want to encourage everyone that is out there starting from the bottom, like, know that it is normal. Like, we cried. We got home, we cried yesterday. We were supposed to have another, just a pop-up event at a bank that they were asking for, food trucks to come out. And we had to cancel. We just didn't have the time. Like, we know now that we cannot do like back-to-back like that events and have the time to like recoup and, also prep food for the next day, and be alive. So we had to cancel our Monday one, and that was rough, because we would have liked to be out there and in our hometown in Stanton, because we do want to get, familiar with everybody in Stanton and in our community. But yeah, starting from the bottom, let me just show you. The refrigerators are still in our trailer. All the food is taken out of them and brought home. And don't judge our little tiny apartment that we're starting out of. We are currently working with a gentleman in our hometown. He owns a building that he's willing to work with us on letting us rent. It's just taking a minute for us to get into that place. He has to replace the roof to make sure it passes inspection so that we can have, our kitchen in there and not have to work in this very small kitchen in our home when we prep for catering events or any other events. My inspector's not watching this. He's totally cool. We do most of our food. It is raw when we go out to our events and stuff. But for catering, we do a lot of our stuff here. But let me just show you, like, this is our counter space right here. That's it. And we're literally like recovering. These are all of our bins and stuff that go in our hot boxes. We are cleaning, in the process of cleaning them. Like, everything is on wheels that we can roll. This is our big refrigerator that we keep all of our food in for prep. It's our normal home refrigerator. And this is my living room. Please don't judge my living room, but it is literally set up like a restaurant style back area. I am normally very much organized. If you know me, I am clean. I love to organize. Right now, this is partially done. I'm having a little bit of anxiety over the fact that, like, we also had a food sales night last night, so we're still getting cleaned up from that and having to put everything back in the trailer once we go and sanitize the cleaner, sanitize like our trailer. But just having the time to like recoup our hands. Like, my hands are so swollen. Everything is a very small space for us to work in. It is fucking hard. So if you're starting out anything, just know that it is going to be hard, and you will come home and you will cry and you will want to quit. Here comes my wife. She was outside working on our website. Say hi, bae. You can say hi. But she's outside working on our website. She's also waiting for me to serve her some breakfast because I did promise breakfast. But I just want to get on here and let people know that it's hard. Starting your own business is hard. We both came from EMS. I was a fire medic. She was an EMT in Jersey. I was a fire medic in Florida. Then we met in Florida, in rehab of all places, and hit it off. We stayed friends for a while, and then we got together. It was after rehab. We were not doing anything in rehab, just friends. But we live in Virginia now, in Staunton, Virginia, and we went into corrections here. And that is just another rough job. Not really good for for your mental health. And we were both in rehab for mental health, and it just we wanted to have our own business so we can not have to worry about those issues anymore. Because being in corrections, being in EMS, being a paramedic, like, you see a lot of traumatic things. You have to do a lot of traumatic things, and we just wanted to break from that. We wanted to be like, let's start our own thing. And we got a lot of love and a lot of food to give. So starting your own business is going to be rough. And I just want, like, anyone else out there, like, trying to start off from the bottom. And I'm telling you, starting from the bottom is what we're doing. It is hard. We work, and I'm like impressed as shit with the fact that we can get out enough food in this tiny little kitchen for parties of 100. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, insanely crazy. We have to set up two separate, like, I bake, she cooks, and we're setting up two. I'm in the living room, she's in here. Like, I try to bake before she even gets in here to cook. Like, rough. When I tell you rough, it's rough. And you're gonna cry, and you're gonna laugh, and you're gonna cry some more, and you're gonna be like, how are we paying rent this month? Because that is what we're doing. But it's all normal, and there's not like a piece of me that thinks that we can't be successful. So, and I think that anyone else out there, if you really put your mind to it, you can do it. Like, we have every intention of, like, living in our car if that's what we have to do, or we have a trailer, like, like, we can live in the trailer. I don't know, but we have enjoyed being out at the event that we did. We enjoyed doing the catering for Kelly. We have a couple more events coming up, and we're super excited. It's a slow start, and I think you just have to know that, and just know that, like, your higher power's got your back, whether it be God, whoever, like, it is that you call. Like, I'm telling you right now, I got a higher power, and she is out there watching over me and making sure that every time, like, it comes down to the wire, we're like, oh shit, can we pay our gas today? And all of a sudden we get a new event. Like, usually with events you get a deposit, and you got, starting from the bottom, you have to buy everything. Like, we didn't have, a trailer, we didn't have a grill, we didn't have anything. We just went out and did what we could, robbed Peter to pay Paul, to get all of the things that we need. So it is hard starting out in that sense. You do have to, pay for everything up front. And if you haven't been open 2 years and you don't have the best credit, it's going to be hard to get a business loan. We don't have that yet. And honestly, I kind of like it this way, because then maybe we won't be in so much debt by the time, like, our 2 years is up. If we need a loan, it's going to be for something minor, not like huge. I don't know, but I just want to encourage anyone out there that is, like, starting from the bottom, like, you got this, hang in there, cry it out. And I'm telling you, if you're struggling with anything, the person that I have to thank is Macy Renee. She's my life coach, because the one thing that I have stuck by this whole time, because I tell you, when you get to a point and you're like, oh my God, I want to quit, you have to make it not an option. And she has told me that over and over. Like, anything that I put my mind to now, I'm like, okay, it's just not an option to quit. I don't have any other option right now except to do this. My wife's out there working on leads, sending out proposals, and I've been in here trying to get cleaned up and, get ready to go put everything back in our trailer, organize everything. I'm telling you, day in, day out, are working so hard to get this up and off the ground. So if you're looking for some extra help with how your brain works, I'm telling you, Macy Renee, best life coach ever. I highly recommend her, and she has been a huge help in my success mentally, and just being able to like stick to the program. So, and also FHE, Florida Health, down in Deerfield Beach. There's a rehab that we went to is for first responders. Best facility, best program if you're a first responder and you're in need of any kind of help, for whether it be for addiction or mental health. FHE, Deerfield Beach. It's called the Shatterproof program. So anyways, I just wanted to get on here and encourage anyone else who's, on the verge of, or thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, getting out of any, circumstances that, cause mental health issues. You can do it. You just got to stick to your guns. Have a good day. I don't actually know how to turn the live off, so there's that.